Hello everyone, it's I, Gedion Shylla, a postgraduate student in literature studying at Assam Don Bosco University, and I welcome each and every one of you to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to deal with you on one of the movements in literature that prevailed after World War I and World War II. To begin, let us have with a question maybe, where we can understand what it is. Have you ever woken up from a dream and tried to describe it only for it to sound completely absurd? A flying turtle wearing a top hat, your childhood home, but the walls are made of water. In the early 1920s, a group of artists looked at the rational, strict world of the Western society and said, "This is boring, and also it's a lie." To understand further, let us understand what really surrealism means. Surrealism was more than just a style of painting, it was a revolution of mind that emerged after the chaos of World War I. It aimed to liberate thought, language, and human experience from the oppressive boundaries of logic and societal norms. Surreal literally means above or superior to realism. Surrealists believed that by tapping into subconscious mind, the dream world, they could uncover a deeper, truer reality. Surrealism has its root to Dadaism or the dreams. To understand surrealism, you first have to understand the mess it came from, Dadaism, or the term called Dada. After World War I, artists felt the civilized world had failed, so they embraced nonsense and anti-art. But by 1924, a French poet named André Breton decided that merely being chaotic wasn't enough. Breton, who was a student of medicine and psychology, was fascinated by Sigmund Freud's theories on dreams and unconscious. He felt that our waking lives are too controlled, while our dreams are raw, honest, and uncontrolled. In 1924, Breton published the Surrealist Manifesto, officially launching the movement. He defined it as pure psychic automatism, dedicated by thought in the absence of any control exercised by reason, exempt from any aesthetic or moral concern. In simple terms, let your subconscious create without your brain getting into the way. Such techniques that we could find in this movement, like tapping into subconsciousness. Some have suggested show someone automatic drawing or creating a collage. How did they do it? They used several techniques to bypass rational thoughts. Such techniques, it can be seen, are like automatism. Automatism, this is a big one. It's a writing or drawing without thinking, allowing the hand to move freely across the page and reveal the hidden thoughts. Another one, juxtaposition, placing two unrelated objects together to create a shocking or humorous new meaning. Thinking of sewing machine and an umbrella sharing an operating table. Next is frottage and decalmia, taking rubbings from texture surfaces or using paint to create random shapes, then finding images within them, much like seeing shapes in clouds. They were trying to make their invisible or dreams and deepest desire visible. So the key players of this movement are like Salvador Dali, Rene Magritte, and beyond. Some have given the suggestion that display the persistence of memory, like Salvador Dali, and Rene have displayed a suggestion like the Son of Man, and Brunel, the eye, the movement, and so on and so forth. The movement attracted many talents, but a few names stand out. First, Salvador Dali, the showman of movement. He created hand-painted dream photos. His 1931 piece, The Persistence of Memory, which its iconic melting clocks, shows a world where time has lost its meaning. Another one, Rene Magritte, the painter of irony. Unlike Dali, unlike Salvador Dali, Nightmares, Magritte work looks very ordinary, but something is always wrong. In The Son of Man, a man's face is hidden by a floating apple and challenging how we perceive reality. Next, we have the two painters or two thinkers such as Max Ernst and John Miro. They use optimism to create strange biomorphic creatures that seems to float in abstract spaces. Women in surrealism, while often overshadowed, artists like Frida Kahlo, who famously said she never painted dreams but her own reality. Dorothea Tanyang and Leonora Carrington brought intense symbolic and deeply personal perspectives to the movement. Now coming to the impact and the legacy that this movement have contributed. Surrealism wasn't restricted to painting, it was a lifestyle. It heavily influenced of literature. It heavily influenced literature, fashion, and cinema, most notably with the film Unchained Adule and Adolescent Dog, a collaboration between Salvador Dali, and Luis Buñuel that features that infamous eye-cutting scenes. Although the core group disbanded after World War II, the impact of surrealism is everywhere. It taught us to look at the world differently. It's in the strange imaginary of music videos, the weird juxtaposition in modern advertising, and the way we use emojis represent our subconscious feelings. Surrealism is not about finding answers, it's about asking why we are so obsessed with having answers in the first place. It encourages us to look beyond the rational, to trust our instincts, and to embrace the marvelous strangeness of the human mind. Next time you dream of a flying turtle, don't worry about what it means. Maybe you are tapping into your own superior reality. So with this, we have come to the end of this video. I thank each and every one of you for watching, and keep supporting, keep loving by sharing, subscribing, and clicking the double icon. Thank you and have a good day.